Hi, I'm Spira, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about emotional dysregulation, what it means exactly, and what to do about it. So if you are a trauma survivor like me, you might have moments where you become dysregulated. In fact, it's quite common. And what this generally means is that you can get so overwhelmed in a situation, and it could be caused by a trigger. And what happens is the emotional reaction is not always appropriate for the situation. And this can happen anytime. And in some cases, it can happen at times when you really don't want it to happen. You could be going along just fine, and then all of a sudden, some kind of trigger happens, and you become dysregulated. And this can be disconcerting. It can be stressful in itself. It can be shameful as well. Not that it is shameful, but it can feel shameful. I know for myself, I do tend to feel a bit ashamed when I become dysregulated if I'm around other people and they don't know about my trauma. So what does it mean to feel dysregulated? Well, basically it means that you're just feeling out of control. However, it's not always that obvious, just feeling so overwhelmed that you don't know what to do. Sometimes you can be dysregulated and maybe not even realize it every time. So for example, here are some other symptoms of dysregulation. You can feel sort of spaced out, and just start to dissociate as well, and just not sure, where you're at in time and space. You can feel very scattered and like you're trying to do a bunch of different things, but you end up getting nothing done because you're sort of just all over the place. You can fly into a rage, which is not my favorite, and it has happened to me. And you can say and do things that you will regret later. I can't tell you how many times I have become dysregulated and have said things in anger that afterwards I was like, oh my God, why did I do that? But it's just part of it, and it's not your fault. It's just, this is what happens. This is a brain injury. And so when these things happen, it's not something you can control. This is an automatic reaction. It's all in the limbic system of the brain. Oh, sorry. And then another one is also you can't feel your body, or certain parts of your body. You can't feel your mouth or your hands or whatever. So what do we do when this happens? How do we deal with dysregulation? So the first thing is, and the challenge is also to recognize it. I know that for myself, I'm still learning to recognize it. I'm not totally there yet. There are definitely occasions where things happen so quickly that I'm just, boom, I'm like 0 to 60. I'm getting a lot better. But when I was at work specifically, it would happen before I just even realized it was coming. And it would just kind of, it'd be too late, So anyway, when this does happen and you do recognize that it's happening, the first thing you should do is stop whatever it is that you're doing. If you're driving a car, you should definitely pause and pull over. Find an opportunity to remove yourself from the situation if possible. So for example, go to the bathroom, go to a restroom or whatever. One time I became dysregulated in a place where there was a lot of people, and I actually recognized that it was happening, and I sat on the floor for a minute because there were just kind of people milling around, and then someone, oh God, if I remember correctly, somebody slammed something, I don't know, like slammed a door or something as this was already happening. And it was right next to me, and oh my God, I completely flew off the handle inside because I was in a public space with a lot of people around me. I certainly was aware of that, and I did not fly off the handle, you know, in front of anybody. I jumped up and I zoomed down the hall. I knew where the bathroom was and I just went into the bathroom to get away. So find a way to pause and give yourself the space that you need so that you can then deal with it. And so then a few things that you can do would be, so we talk a lot about diaphragmatic breath, diaphragmatic breathing, basically, and now it made me yawn. So basically diaphragmatic breathing is simply breathing deeply from your diaphragm, but focusing on making your exhalations longer than your inhalations. What that does is it actually activates the parasympathetic nervous system through the vagus nerve, and the vagus nerve is the 10th cranial nerve, and it can immediately activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which basically helps you to calm down, and it will regulate you very quickly. And in many cases, it can happen in as little as 1 minute. So that would be one of my first suggestions. Another suggestion would be to find a way to get into your body. And so one of the ways that you can do that is maybe making fists and squeezing and releasing. Another thing is you can hug yourself. In fact, I think Peter Levine has a specific type of hug where you have one hand under your arm and then the other one across, and you just hold yourself, just give yourself a squeeze. And applying pressure is very good. That's why people like weighted blankets so much. So you can also stand against the wall and hug yourself that way. But if you have someone around you that you can hug, that would be great too. So maybe just have somebody hold you and squeeze you, and that should help you calm down quickly. Another thing that you can do is place your feet on the floor and then just feel your feet on the floor. Just feel them. And if that's not enough, you can even try stamping your feet, you know, and even announcing it to yourself inside, right, left, right, left, right, left. So really like getting back into your body. And also while you're in the seat, bring your awareness to the points of contact between you and the seat. So your back against the back of the chair and your seat against the seat of the chair and your feet on the floor. Just again, that's a nice way to come right into your body and to help you get regulated again. So if you do that plus the breathing, that would be really great also. Another way is to eat some food. By the way, we call that getting grounded. You know, when you come into your body and you plant your feet, that's what we mean when we say getting grounded. It's any time that you can get back into the body and feel yourself in the present moment. So yeah, having a snack, eating something is a great way to do that also, because you're aware of your chewing and the eating, but I strongly recommend not eating sugary sweets and carbs and things like that. Now, we do know that eating that kind of stuff gives people a little boost, but it's like a drug. It's really not the best way to do it. So I would recommend eating something that's high in protein, like a piece of cheese and maybe a piece of fruit to go with it. So protein is a good bet. Another thing that you can try is washing your hands. So just find a sink, wash your hands, and like really get into it. You know, feel your hands, feel the soap, feel the water, allow the warm water to run over your hands, and enjoy that. Now, if you like warmth, that's a nice solution. But if you don't, another thing that you can try if you're near a sink is to splash really cold water. Let the cold water run and let it get really cold. Or if you're at home, you know, throw some ice cubes in the sink and let the water get cold that way, and then splash your face for about a minute, and that should definitely help as well. And if you're very, very daring, you can also try taking a really cold shower. Not so cold that you scream, but maybe, you know, really cold, but it also, that will reset your nervous system, and it'll happen pretty quickly too. So you'll probably feel very refreshed and energized afterwards as well. So that's it. That's just a few things that you can do if you become dysregulated. And if you would like a little worksheet on this, it's actually a mini ebook with these tips for you so that you can print it out and keep it with you just in case. or you can download it and keep it on your phone and have it with you just in case you get dysregulated, and it's very easy to forget the things that you can do when you're in the throes of it. And again, I know this because I'm that person as well. I've gotten better at it over time to remember these things, but sometimes, and especially when I first learned about these tools, oftentimes I didn't remember them in the moment that I was feeling dysregulated. And so that's why it might be a nice idea to keep it with you, keep it on your phone. So that's it. And by the way, the link will be in the description box below. So that is it for today. I thank you for joining me. And if you liked the video, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this about healing your trauma, self-care, and yoga as a specific modality to help you heal, then please hit the subscribe button. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and namaste.